I'm headed straight for the castle. They wanna make me their queen.
I think this is misspelled there. Legislature. Okay. In 1964 Constitution, a very important gender equality was presenting, while still trying to keep the local religious leaders. And yeah, we all sort of see the famous photo.
In Uganda, our joint focus will be on empowerment local women and girls by working with community members to reduce eco-friendly.
As you work for the next one, try to see if indeed there is something to understand from that side. Let's hear comments for group 3 from group 8.
Yes.
There you go.
So we want to start off that we really enjoyed the presentation and we really like that everybody was out there and actually talking. I think that was a really big plus point, and that everybody had like the even time contribution. We really like that. We also thought it was very good, like the outline of the presentation was very clear. It was very well done. There was a very clear introduction, a body. The conclusion was a bit like rushed, but that's understandable because like the time was going out. So we really like seeing that. It was also really nice that you started off with like saying, okay, this is what you're gonna talk about. This is what's gonna happen. So we really put that in the front next time, and it would have been a bit easier if you would have like made a name or something for your NGO to make it a little bit more clear. Like it was clear in the end, but it would have just been like just a little bit extra. Yes, and then Tenchi also had.
No, I think you've covered everything.
Oh, okay.
I think, group 3, you did a great job. Thank you for setting up your NGO without a name. But now you have a name. And you raised an important point, or at least a theme of focus in terms of reproductive health in Uganda. I think many parts in the global south, reproductive health, there is not much investment, particularly from the government, that goes into this.
So, before I get started with this study session and writing this essay that I'm working on, I just wanted to give a vloggy update. I'm also waiting low-key for my oats to cook so that I can eat them. Yeah, so I wanted to give a vloggy update. So I wanted to do the usual week in my life school vlog. And I don't think I've talked about what this semester is actually like. I don't think I've mentioned that yet in the vlog. So we made it to 3rd year after struggling with 2nd year exams. I think the last semester I really struggled with the exams, but we made it to 3rd year. We made it with okay grades. I wouldn't say good grades, but they were like in the middle. They were okay grades, and I love that for me. I love that for us. We did it. Yes, so it's the final stretch in this bachelor, and so this semester I have 3 courses. That's the research methods, critical perspectives, and regional analysis. And yeah, it's been going great so far. It's just I don't know if like the lecturers or the professors are a little bit overwhelmed, so there's a lot of miscommunication and a lot of things. For example, in our research method class, we're supposed to have, our examination is supposed to comprise of a quiz and an individual essay. That's how it was. And then a month into taking the course, the lecturer goes like, you know what, that individual essay, maybe you should write it in pairs or in groups. So that was like a little bit of a backdrop, but of course it's like I have a partner now. I'm gonna write it with a friend of mine from class, and it was just a little bit of a backdrop because we had already come up with plans and some of us had already started. Okay, hadn't started, but I already knew what I was gonna do with it. Yeah, and I think it was also the same with the regional analysis one. It's just a lot of misconceptions of they're giving so much information of like, oh yeah, whatever you do in this course you can use it in your thesis, which technically is true, but it's a whole different course. You also have to like do different things for this course. So yeah. What else has been happening? I like my I think critical perspective so far has been the best because we do class presentations and I love those. And yeah, it's not that much on the writing, and we're gonna do like an oral exam at the end of it, so not so much on the essay writing and all of that. So far so good in terms of like university school exams. I have continued taking my Norwegian classes. I know I said I'll make a video about taking Norwegian classes and norsk prøve and all of that. It's coming, it's in the works, eventually we'll get there. But I've slowed down a little bit on the Norwegian this semester. It's just been like come to a little bit of a really slowed down because I actually want to get this bachelor out of the way, and maybe it's also because after taking the last norsk prøve I found myself where I was like in a little bit of a comfortable position, and I'm like I can get by with the Norwegian I have for now. Yeah, but come next semester it will be a whole thing of looking into what next after the bachelor, and am I going to take a master's and all of that. So that's when the last Norwegian test exam that I'm supposed to take, the last level, comes into play. So do I take a bachelor in Norwegian? Do I take a bachelor in English? Yeah, so basically that's what's been going on in terms of school. I had class this morning. In terms of the class schedule, actually, I think I haven't mentioned that. In terms of the class schedule, as I said, I have 3 courses. So I have classes Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and then it's like been fluctuating Thursday, Friday. To be honest, our professors this semester have been a little bit disorganized, so it's yeah, like that. And yeah, there's an insane amount of group work which is fine. We make it through the group work, and yeah, but they've tried to make it a little bit more interesting, especially in our regional analysis class. We're now gonna do, we did the first 5 weeks of classes, and then now it's just going to be group work without the classes. So as we write our individual essays for that course, which I think which is the final, which makes the final exam, as we do our individual essays for that course, now we'll be having group works where we do like the people in your group review your work and then give feedback, and then you go work on it some more. So that would be really nice and cool. Yeah, so basically that's this semester. I still do go for Norwegian classes. I'm not that consistent. As I said, I've been slacking a little bit on the Norwegian courses because I felt a little bit comfortable after taking the norsk prøve and, you know, clearing everything. So, and I told myself I'll give myself some time to actually practice and use the Norwegian, because I was like textbook clear, but in the actual reality of having a full conversation and understanding each and every word is still something I need to work on and build on and learn. So that was basically the idea of just being able to practice it, and I do most of the time, but not as often as I should, so that I don't forget. Yes, so basically, yeah, that's it on how school is going. So yeah, so basically my school days begin on a Tuesday. It should begin on a Monday because on Mondays I do have Norwegian class, but I kind of give myself the day off because I do need one day in a week to just not have anything going on during the day to catch up on readings and school and whatever. So I give myself Mondays off. Then Tuesday I have critical perspectives, which I already went to, and she told me to do that. We had class presentations today actually, which was really cool. My group wasn't presenting, we were the reviewers, which we did. And yeah, then after that we have to do like a group work where we just summarized our thoughts on the group we were reviewing, and we submitted that already, so that's a check. And then tomorrow I'm going to have the regional analysis class where we start the group work peer review thing that I just talked about. And then now for the research method course, we have the course on Thursday, which is really terrible because on Thursday I have like the Norwegian class, which I actually go to because I have to go to swimming afterwards, so I go to that class. Yeah, so basically that's what the week is arranged like. This week at least it's a busy week in terms of school because we just came from study break last week. So this has been a busy week in terms of school, and yeah, so then I'm free Friday. So yeah, that's just basically it. So this vlog is just mostly attending the classes and studying. So it helps, like vlogging it helps me actually do it. So I hope you enjoy the vlog. I have spoken so much, and yeah. Okay, so let's see. I'm working on a literature review for my essay on or our essay for research methods. So I need to do some more research actually, which I've been doing, and then finish the write-up. I want to actually finish my part of the literature review today, so that's what I'm gonna get into. So it's lots of reading, looking for literature and what I want to say, and then using that to actually say what I want to say, and then editing it, and then that will be it for today. So I'm starting now at 2 p.m. and I'm gonna stop at 6 p.m. so I'm hoping by then I would have been done with this part, so that the next time I touch this, which will be next week, I'm not gonna touch it again this week. Maybe I can touch it like on Friday, but then I have to do the regional analysis thing as well, starting from tomorrow, which I will work on until Friday. But then if I'm done with that one, and I'll be alternating between the two, which one I touch and all of that. And yeah, if I don't touch it again on Friday, I'm gonna start on the methodology next week. Yeah, because what I'm trying to do is we're writing this as a pair, so both of us have to put in like our thoughts for each section, and then one of us at the end of it has to edit the whole thing, and then we'll be done. So my goal is to finish both my essays this October, even though they're due like November, December. I just want to get them out of the way because I have that one quiz exam that I actually need to study for, so I want to get these out of the way this month and then study for that, which is like next month sometime, and then I will literally be done with school, I think. my goal is not to have so much of school like November and December, because I actually want to travel a little bit. Yeah, so anyway, we'll see how life goes. Okay, so it's now like 5 p.m. It's past 5 p.m. and I've been seated here. I am done on the part I actually wanted to work on. I'm done like inserting my part of the literature review for our document, and I feel good about it. I really do feel good about it. I mean, it still needs some edits to just make it more academic, and I did start doing that a little bit, but I'm like, yeah, anyway, I feel a little bit tired. I was actually thinking of switching to the other essay that I have to write this semester, the one that I'm writing by myself. I did think of switching to that right now, but I feel a little bit tired, so I would just skim through it. And like, I just opened an article that I need to read. It's not an article, it's a book, so that I need to read for that essay. It's like my starting literature. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it open on where I need to start reading it, and yeah, this will be like tomorrow's work. I'm done for today. I'm done, but I'm really proud that I did it. So we'll check in tomorrow.
The next day.
I'm the first one here. I didn't think I'd be the first one here. But happy Wednesday. I literally can't believe that I'm the first one here. I was like, oh, I'm late.
I had the same. I was like, oh, I'm actually a bit late. Like, what is this?
You know, I think people don't think it's serious, this whole 8 a.m. thing.
I can imagine.
I think people are gonna show up like at the 10 thing, and then maybe the 10 thing is not happening. Because that's what he said, if I remember correctly, he was like...
Why are we doing this?
No, because I think when he was introducing the course, did he say something like, we'll do the first week of lectures, and after that we'll switch to group work, no lectures? Because...
The first part, then I joined them in the second part. So that's the idea. All right. I guess we can just start with those who are here. Yeah, guys, actually working was very interesting stuff. I was getting myself to read them more than once because it's super interesting. And I'm not so sure if you've been sharing as colleagues what you intend to write about, but I assume you might not have done that. So if you've seen from our course schedule today, part of the work is not much. Of course, all right.
What are we doing again?
So now, okay, that's actually good. So now what I would ask you to do is first to have oral presentations about our work. You know, in academia also you write, but you also present. So I want us to, I don't know how many we are, so that we can sort of give each other time. Do you think 5 minutes or 2 minutes? Yeah, okay, let's just do it. Yeah, let's just do it. So you do a presentation of your work, what you intend to write on in your essay, and we get feedback from colleagues. Then I also have some feedback because I was reading your work. I made some notes and we discussed about it. Then in the second phase, in my absence, that's when you're going to discuss about expectations that you have for the group seminars going forward. Of course, design some group rules that you're going to add into. So first things first, now it's the presentations. I don't know, once we go first. And I would ask colleagues to also listen attentively and provide feedback to the colleague that we have presented. But maybe we can just do a round of presentation, then we do feedback at once. Is that a good plan? All right. Since anybody said you want to go first, the floor is.
Okay. So I'm interested in writing about youth-led social movements, particularly in Southern Africa, because I'm from Southern Africa, so I'm biased in that area, and also it's because it's a space that I have been in. I was a youth activist when I was back home in Zambia, and I saw kind of how influential or how it is from like being part of these youth movements and how much they have been changing. Lucky, I'm a little bit jealous that I'm not there anymore because I see like my colleagues doing so many bigger things in terms of changing and influencing policies, especially in my country. So I thought this would be something nice to write about. And I was part of a cool social movement that was called Youth for Parliament. And I really want to write about them because they don't have so much literature written about them. And I know there are so many other cool movements that have happened all around the world. So I want to explore that and then sort of do like a comparison of how social movements actually influence development and if it actually has any like sustainability to it. Like, is there any correlation of people going from being in social movement to actually being in positions of power of like parliament and all of that? So generally, that's the idea and that's my topic. and that's what I'm gonna write about. Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Wanna go next? Probably the last one for the day. That's you, thank you, right? I found it a bit interesting because we are tackling 3 areas right here. So what is quite interesting is that one of them is student movement, the other one is focusing on parliament, the other one was justice must fall. So basically 2 are probably doing student movement, then the other one is more broad. Where are you centering them? Is it in the political discourse or is it in the development discourse? If it's in the development discourse, then what are the aspects that you intend to focus on how their work as student movements or as movements in general impacted on a particular development aspect? Because again, going back to just throwing words like development or sustainable development is too broad, which probably means you might need to narrow down around, okay, I'm focusing on their efforts towards the achievement of maybe education, maybe health. So try to find a niche or where you can focus on. Because I'm sure that even in their campaigns, they're not focusing on all the 17 development goals. So maybe you can look into the 3 movements that you want to work on and see what are the elements that they're sort of meeting. If it's about education, then you can think that is one of them. What is so on?
We'll figure it out as we go.
Right. Then you say you think you're a bit biased because you've been there, that's how you do it, which is quite interesting. Remember going back to our first lecture about positionality and reflexivity. So that's going to be your practice going forward so that you don't get to it wholehearted because this is work, right? Academic work. Don't take it too personal, but to take it more factual. That's it. Any questions for me? Yes.
The next day.
Fordi hun er glad. Se på den. Fordi hun er glad. Gir det mening? Nei. Ja, vi vet ikke hvorfor. Fordi hun er glad. Hvis vi...
I think my headset won't let me talk. Okay, I'm done with my Norwegian class. Jeg tror at jeg er ferdig med norsk. Er det at jeg føler at jeg har hodepine og at jeg har snakket så mye norsk. Og så vil jeg ikke snakke norsk mye. So, yeah, but anyway, I'm heading to swimming today. I don't know if I'll do it. I have to go to class after swimming. So I have more school today. Oh my God.
The next day.
It can be said that because of colonialism, research work in Africa tends to be limited to violence and conflicts that began the political transformation of the continent. Okay, hi vlog. So today's Friday and I woke up like at 12. I was so tired from yesterday because it's just Thursdays are always a crazy day because there's just so much on my schedule, and yesterday Thursday is already like a packed schedule, right? And then my class for today was moved to yesterday, so it became like triple packed. So yeah, I didn't even attend that class because I had the swimming thing, and I went afterwards for the group work. I don't think I filmed that. I think I was just over the day by that point. But anyway, I had this part of my essay to submit today, so that's what I've been working on ever since I got up at 12. And I'm really glad that I woke up at 12 and I'm done like by 3 p.m. shows that I've become a pro at this. But anyway, it was just like a small section of the essay. Yeah, we have to submit like a small section of our essay every week, and I think I'll try and like, because it's already like linked up for I think the next 3 weeks. The task is already created. So what I'm going to, oh, like for everything actually it's already created. So for next week and the other one, yeah, because you have to submit them in parts. So for next week and the other one, I think I'll work on them both next week and then submit. Because ciao, ain't nobody got time for this, to be honest. Ain't nobody. Yeah. So anyway, so that's it with school for this. Actually, that's it with school for this week. I don't know if I should continue this vlog next week. Maybe I will. So I'll just, yeah, that's it for school this week. So hey, bye. See you next time. Like, see you next week. I will continue the vlog next week. See you next week.